Okay, what's going on? This is post analysis for the Swiss franc group. Just want to, I'm gonna try to make this as simple as possible and as quick as possible. Um, but still trying to cover everything that's needed. So these past days, I've been just focusing a lot on the setups, which I know it's only part of the market. It's not the whole thing. And the mindset of coming in and trying to trade every day is not sustainable. It's not sustainable in a way of long term. Um, Coming into the market and just thinking about making or about all the opportunities that we have today will put you in a spot where your expectations are high and greed kicks in. And so whenever that setup doesn't come in, or maybe you enter in with lot size, with good size, and that trade doesn't perform, um, it could put you in a spot where it's kind of leaves you jaded because you've done all this work up until then, but I've came to understand that the market is a big boys game. It's not a retail trading game. It's a big boy. They're the ones who move the market. So there's a something I want to point out. Since it's a big boys game, I want to be able to see whether they accept the prize. How do they accept it? Are they desperate? Are they not desperate? Do they want to continue further? Is it too high for them? Stuff like that. And that's a few things that I want to point out. um, so at the beginning of the week, I was looking at cheese trading. Um, this was news, and this was the digestion money spot, and it just took off. But since it's a 15-minute trade, here the after the range, the hold, the takeoff, the stop hunt came in with volume, and me only focusing on the setup. I already understood this, um, that should scratch, and I did scratch. But like I said, recently I've just been focusing on the setup and not the overall market. And so what happens here is when you look at the odd group at this point, all the odd group had lost strength. So this means this trade, at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that it's over yet, and it just means that it might take longer. It might go below these prices, come back again, and continue as a set. But it didn't do that because, as we can see in the 1 hour, this is still a refresh on the 1 hour, well, a refresh continuation that failed. So, and then the pullback came in with volume, making it a hard time frame trade. And like I said, just focusing on the setup, as well as you know the opportunity that's there, or the opportunity that you have in hand, um, and the market doing what it wants to do and not doing what you were expecting to do, having your expectations high, like I said, will leave you jaded in a game where it's a bigger it's a bigger boys game, it's a bigger players game. And was looking, I attempted, I attempted here once again, somewhere around these areas. And then, and I know why this was wrong. Um, I even attempted a bounce But for a bounce, you need a good level, which we weren't at. The good level really comes in all, past these areas. So where I attempted, it was in a good area, and I'm gonna get into it a little bit more. Also with the overall story. So going forth, yes, keep the setup in mind, you know, but the market is gonna do what it wants to do, and like I said, it's a big bigger players game. So let's say I start off on the 1 hour. We see this pullback coming deeper. Um, Also around these and around this, since it's a 4 hour and I was looking for a bounce, I also needed, maybe some the high impact news, but I didn't get that around these areas. At this point, I was just feeling a little jaded, like I said. Um, but I'm gonna get into this. So as you can see, this has now turned into a 4 hour. Once this sort of refresh gave out, took out that last guy. So let's check this out. It was slowed. There we go. So you can see as well, we have a refresh in this area. We haven't really hit any levels, so it's kind of hard to say that's our primary. This could just be continuing down before attempting something like that. Now, um, what I really want to focus on this upcoming weeks is figuring out who owns the time frame, because it's something I learned in the unicorn program, but I never truly applied. Sorry, I'm just going back and up and down the time frames, but um, here it's a little, it may be a little, this looks like took out that last guy. So what is this, a 4 hour? But now the 4 hour looks like it's having trouble. Where to me it seems a little bit clearer where the real story's coming from is the daily. We have this last buyer discount, buyer, store owner can't give a discount, and it pops up. So this was the last major refresh, and we're still on the way up. This seems to be sort of like the on phase or the money spot where it just popped off. But let's take a look at the fact that since it's a bigger play. Okay, sorry, my Wi-Fi just went off. I don't know how much I got off that, but I'm gonna just keep it going from where I believe I left off. Is Okay, so since it's a bigger players game, they play by price, and us retail traders, our game is more of a timing game. So although I might have had a good setup when it came here as a cheese trade, went into profit, but the moment uh that the price hit the trap and it came down with volume, it just eliminated the setup itself and everything else pointing including the volume, pointed towards it wanting a deeper pullback. And if we look at this from here to here, from here to here, this is already up there. That's too high. Remember, the bigger player, it's a bigger player's game. They're playing price game. We're playing timing game. So I'm not saying that this can't fail, continue down, but for now, it is a buy, at least in my perspective. But where I was buying, and let's see even where I was attempting the, I was attempting the bounce trades, not even at a good area. This is, if it comes in deeper, it'd be a better area to attempt the bounces since it was just hitting the wicks when it was getting there. Um, but yeah, so this is too high for the bigger player, high for the bigger player. He's waiting to see how much of a discount he could get before attempting again. So I'm gonna focus on a few things here is owner owner's refresh and price. Since it's a bigger players game, I want to focus on the price. I want to see who's taking it. Now, I want to end this real quick because it time's about to end. I got 3 minutes. Um, there is what seems to be a refresh here, but even in the 4 hour, this is huge. The problem with it as well is like he was desperate, still desperate. He just let go of the gas, so that's very concerning for me. Um, like I said, he probably wants a better price since he went from desperate to not so desperate to a okay, let's see what kind of discount I can get before continuing on the way. Um, I hope everything was clear. I hope everything was um, understandable. I would love your feedback, guys. Um, especially at Urban Forex. I want to see what you guys thinking. Was my read correct? Where could I had maybe or look at to continue improving?